I want to ask you this really fast. You said that homosexuality is normal to you.
Yes.
And LGBTQ and all that is normal.
Yes.
And so if a man put on a dress and lipstick and say that he is a woman, is he really a woman or he just think he is, but in reality he is not?
If he believes he's a woman, I mean, if she believes she's a woman, she's a woman. So.
But in reality it's not, you just believe that.
It depends on, no, I believe that they get to be what they want to be.
But would you see a woman in a pantsuit and saying that she's a man, but you see, with your eyes, you see as a woman, would you pretend that it is a man?
I would ask how they wanted to have their gender identified.
And you pretend that it's whatever they say?
I would respectfully believe that I'm going to respect their beliefs to identify as they wish.
But in your mind, you know it's not real.
It's real. It's real to me if it's real for them. So.
In your mind.
Do you think I'm passing as a woman right now?
Are you?
Am I a woman?
You just made me nervous. Are you?
I don't know.
You don't know what you is?
Well, I'm just
what
saying.
You is. That's black. You don't know what you are? You don't know what you is? You don't know what you are?
No, I identify as a woman.
And why?
Because, that's how I want to identify.
Did God make you that way?
I don't think God made me that way. I think that
Were you born a woman or a female?
I was born a woman.
These people are ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Is there a difference between Native American women and white women?
I think Native women are better looking.
Better looking than white women? Ooh.
No, I always say that to my students. I'm like, if you learn one thing about Native people, it's that we're very good looking.
Are Native women better looking than
Well, you're clearly an exception because it doesn't seem like it.
black women?
I don't know.
Why you don't know that?
Well, because I'm not gonna the race, different other race stuff.
You scared to say that about the blacks?
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not messing with black people. So I'm with them.
You gonna have Black Lives Matter burning down your house if you say.
Well, and it really does depend, obviously.
What does it mean to decolonize the native body?
Well, that's a very detailed question. Right? Because one of the things, of boarding schools and of colonization period was to try to make it seem that our bodies are like nasty and not good, right? That they're unclean, they're filthy, right? So I think one of the things we need to do is to start thinking about like how our bodies are good, how we are good people, like how all of us is actually beautiful, instead of like trying to go to like white beauty standards or like not accepting ourselves as we are.
And so are white people making you feel inferior like that?
I'm not blaming that on, it's like, it's part of our culture. Our culture is very white dominated, right? It has very specific white standards of beauty.
So the white, quote unquote, dominated culture are making you and Indians feel less about their culture, less beauty, or they are making you feel that way?
Well, I'm just saying when you have all the shows, like all the books, almost everything about Native people is very distorted or negative or doesn't actually have anything to do with us, has to do with actually with white people, then it's hard.
Actually, every book and story you can find paints natives as victims when they were clearly not, and they got conquered because they were weaker.
Hard to feel good about your own self and your own body.
You were not raised with both parents, your father and mother, right?
Right.
So do you believe that if you have been raised with both parents and you were close to your father, that you would be insecure like that?
Well, you'll be happy to know that I had a white stepfather.
I'm talking about your real father, though.
Well, I have no idea.
But just when you think about it, when you smoke on it, do you believe that? Do you believe that if you were close to your father, he was there, your mother and father were together, you loved your father, that white people or anyone can make you feel inferior?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
You think you would still feel inferior?
I don't feel inferior.
But the Indians that white people make them feel that way, if they were raised as with two parents, decent examples, would they still be made to feel inferior?
Well, I think we should talk about why they don't get to be two-parent households, right?
because
No.
they're not getting married.
Well, also because Native men, like black men, are incarcerated at very high rates. They're like serving our nation overseas.
They're committing crimes.
So, well, I mean, we're more likely to get caught too.
Right,
And so what? Natives and blacks per capita do so much more crime compared to the whites, to the Asians, to everyone else. So what? You're complaining when you are the one doing it?
go to jail because they don't have money to get good lawyers.
Exactly.
So that ain't the white man's fault.
Well, I think it is actually.
So the white man to blame for everything.
Well, the thing is, no, I mean, because what I'm trying to say too is like working class white people are also not able to get like good lawyers, right?
Right.
But the racial profiling might not go, they might not get pulled over for being, driving while white, right?
But that's not true. That's made up. What the blacks are doing.
Well, that's what you and I completely disagree about that.
No,
so.
I'm black.
I know you're black.
I'm as black as the ace of spades.
Well, how many times have you been pulled over?
In my entire life?
I'm just
Maybe
saying,
twice. I
I'm just
remember
saying,
twice.
Yeah. I mean, and you don't think racial
it-
profiling had anything to do with those
Not
situations?
one
Oh, wow.
So,
Because
Wow.
I was raised different than the other blacks. I wasn't raised
times.
to hate the whites, blame other people. I wasn't born out of wedlock. I had my stepfather, my mother got married before I was born, so I wouldn't be born out of wedlock. But black people, when I was growing up, black people got married. They believed in God. They loved all people. They treated everybody the same. So I wasn't blamed. I wasn't raised in a victim mentality. And so when I was stopped by the cops, I followed the instructions. They did what they needed to do. They said, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And they went their way. But the blacks today are acting out. They're cursing out the cops. They're running. They're criminals. They're running. What do you think gonna happen?
well,
How is that the cops' fault?
well, I mean, it's very much. I mean, that's the thing, though. We're talking about structural
This bitch is retarded.
inequalities that go back before the beginning of the United States, and you're not just going to pretend that these things don't exist. You can. That's one of the ways you can go about
What did you
this.
say?
Structural inequalities.
What did that have to do with anything?
Well, if it's way harder for you to get housing, to get a job, to go to college, to have any ways to get ahead, that will make your life much harder to be successful in the
So
U.S.
are you saying
version.
that it's harder for the Indians or the blacks to get a job?
For both of us.
But the blacks don't get the job because they don't want the job.
That's crazy because you have all the benefits. You have free housing, you have food stamps. Yeah, the natives are literally getting land for free just because they're so-called natives, even though they're natives to nothing. They just crossed the land bridge that connected Siberia, or that place that is now called Yakutia, cold as fuck. Those same people, they look Asians and they are Asians. They crossed the land bridge that connected Siberia with what is now called Canada and the US, and they just crossed the land bridge and they went there, and that's it. They emigrated from their birthplace, and we did the same thing from Europe. Only difference is when we went there, we already built a great civilization in Europe, thanks to the Lord, and they had nothing. They lived in a stone age, literally lived in a stone age, and you got conquered because you betrayed us with our own guns that we gave you to defend yourselves against the other tribe. That's it. You had wooden tools with bones and stones attached to it to hunt, to fight, and we gave you iron, we gave you guns, we gave you horses, because horses were not natives from the American continent. We taught you agriculture, we gave you cattle to raise, we gave you everything, literally, because they had nothing. They literally ate corn, they smoked, they hunted animals, and every tribe fought each other all the time, performed sacrifice to their false gods like Moloch and Baal. They betrayed us with our own guns that we gave them, and that's it. We took the land because we said, okay, you didn't establish a government, you didn't establish laws, you didn't establish a country, lands, kings, nothing. They literally lived like gypsies nowadays. So we took the land and we did something with it instead of a complete nothingness.
Easy.
I mean, that I disagree. I mean,
telling you.
they say the same thing about Indians.
Because
so.
and the Indians are that way too. You know why? Because they the white people made a mistake by giving the Indians too much free stuff.
We did not get anything free. They
Yeah, y'all
stole
got free
everything.
land.
No,
You
that
got
land was ours.
Free gambling clubs and all kinds of stuff.
Well, because we're sovereign nations, we get to decide what we want to do on our nations.
But that makes you lazy,
What?
though.
I disagree.
What nation?
And the one thing about white people, they love to work. You notice that?
That's not what I've seen. They love to steal
What did they steal?
our lands, like our culture. Like they try to assimilate us. They
What?
wouldn't accept that we are the way we are. Like, I mean, I could keep, instilled heteropatriarchy. I mean, all these different things that were very violent systems.
What do y'all want now from the whites? What do you want them to give you?
We've been wanting them to leave us alone for a long time.
But they don't bother you guys. You guys chase
They
them.
do bother us.
How do they bother you now?
They come in and they'll put nuclear waste on our nations without permission. I mean, there's still all these things happening. They will.
Again, which nation? You didn't establish one. Like, what are you talking about? Our nation. So stop saying our nation. You're not natives to nothing. You're from Asia. We don't care.
Try to put pipelines through our nations,
That's amazing.
even though we disagree.
But that would provide jobs.
Well, at the cost of destroying the land, at the
But
cost.
they're not doing anything with the land anyway.
Well, we don't want a
Exactly.
pipeline going over the water source of the whole nation.
Well,
Does
then
that make
y'all
sense?
need to do
Especially when
something.
the white town was like, don't put it through our country, right? Don't put it through our place. Put it on the Indians' land. And that's exactly what they ended up doing.
I need you to define something for me. Heteropatriarchy. What is that?
It's exactly what you think it might be. It's like patriarchy, but then making sure we're talking about heterosexuality.
Straight
too.
men.
So,
And-
just straightness, period.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I think it's a very dominant source that everybody has to try to live up to.
Thank you. You're supposed to live up to it. That's why it's hetero.
Well, I think
patriarchy.
it's oppressive
They're
to
supposed
everybody.
Heterosexual men are supposed to bring women and children out of the hell that they're in. That's why it's heteropatriarchy.
Well, they're failing, so you better get it together.
Because you guys are acting so rebelling.
Well, then you all are not doing a very good job. So,
I agree.
So-
Men are weak because the mama destroyed them when they were kids.
well, I feel like we have to work together. I don't know why that would be such a bad thing.
Heteropatriarchy, so you're in favor of that?
No.
You're against that?
I critique it, yes. Well, I don't think I'm not completely, people can go and do that, but the fact it creates all this inequality that's the part I think is messed
You
up.
love heterosexual?
Do I love I think people can go be heterosexual. That's great.
What do you mean go be it? Do you love it though?
Do I love it? No.
Would you prefer a straight man or a gay man?
I don't prefer men. So
Oh, you like women?
I like different types of people. So
You mess around with women though?
yes.
You a lesbian?
God.
Yes, I identify as queer woman.
You a lesbian?
Yeah, you didn't. How did you not get this from your research? I do queer indigenous theory. That's my other
But
thing.
I didn't know you were a lesbian.
Well, I identify as being queer.
But you don't look like a lesbian.
Well, what are we
No wonder
supposed
you
to
don't
look
want to have a
like?
baby.
Because I have more
You
options.
are a lesbian?
Yes. I mean, yeah, you could. Identify as queer, but
A queer lesbian.
well, yeah, lesbian has
I'm
its
stunned
own.
that you're a lesbian.
So I don't live in the suburbs, or
But why you look so feminine if you're a lesbian?
because that's the way I choose to, to be in the world.
To be feminine.
To
like
be
a lady.
feminine. To be, yeah.
And so do you like hot lesbians?
It depends on the person. Yeah.
You like lesbians that act like men?
It really depends on who it is. So,
Wow.
I also just really love beautiful women of all kinds of types. So,
But not that much love.
so. Well, I guess I do.
You have just blown me away.
If we didn't come to America and founded the United States and Canada, can you imagine? These people would have been still in the Stone Age, okay? So you can say whatever you want, but it's thanks to the European white people that you are sitting in a chair instead of the floor. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Jesus is King, and God bless you.